We were in Walmart recently and I was completely shocked to see these. 12 pack, worm weights, 1/8 of an ounce. But they're lead. And of course, I come originally from England, and this kind of thing was banned in the 80s because of wildlife and swans eating it and things like this. So to see these on the shelf was quite the surprise. But I got them because I was thinking of a battery experiment. Hopefully to try and, well, squash these down maybe to get some extra surface area, then try and form the positive plate and get a battery cell to run. And yeah, as I say, I was completely shocked to find lead weights for sale in the fishing section at Walmart. So apparently surface area is the thing. Well, here we have one industrial grade hammer and one industrial grade brick, and I think you can see where this is going. And in fact it's going quite well at the moment. There's the original size. Yeah, certainly more surface area. I'll carry on a bit. There we go, I did lose a little bit to the bottom left there, but certainly in comparison to what it started out as, that's pretty good. I do need 2 of these though, so I'll do that one as well. And there we go, that's the second one, which went a little better than the first. Anyway, we've now got both of them. Oh, and of course, now to wash my hands. Very important with lead. Right, so I've brought them indoors and I'm going to need to attach wire to them for the outputs. So I've got this spare wire wound up on that battery, so I'll strip some back of this copper and attach it to these 2. Well, hang on a minute, I found some solder here, tin lead. So lead solder, lead, it should solder to it, shouldn't it? I'll try that. There we go, that was relatively simple. Now, onto a container. Well, for a container, I'm going to use this old bottle of alum. I've just found it in the cupboard. I don't know why it was in there emptied. But here's the one I'll be using, about 1/3 of that I think. And I'll cut this down such that it is about a better size anyway for those 2 pieces of lead. And then I guess just warm water and alum. I was trying to find some Epsom salt, but we don't seem to have any. But I'll try and do some forming of the plates with just warm water and alum. Right, well that evidently is not the same one. What happened was it cracked as I was trying to saw the thing down to size. So this is a small sized pills bottle. That's the 2 plates in there. I could have done with being slightly higher, but we'll just go with this at the moment. I'm going to put this coffee filter in between them such that they don't touch whilst charging. And that's the exciting bit, and that's what I'll be doing next. Now to do the charging, I'll use one of these. It's an LM2596 DC to DC converter, and what I'll do is connect up USB to one side, change using this little pot here down to 3 volts, so I'll set the voltage, and then I'll use the resistor somewhere like 150 ohms and initially set the current to about 20 milliamps and then move it up slightly once the plates begin to form. Well, I'm hoping that's what will happen. We'll start at 20 milliamps. 3 volts and 18 milliamps to start with. Okay, a couple of minutes in and it's showing 1.45, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's evidently putting on voltage, so that's good. What I'll do is I'll charge it for half an hour and then let it rest half an hour and see if there's any voltage still on it. Do the same thing half a dozen times at least. For charge number 1, it's got to 2.73, so I'll give it half an hour now and see if it's got anything on it after that half hour. In fact, I've just disconnected it, so let me see if there's anything on it. 0.4 and coming down immediately. Hey, but it's got something. I've been charging this for a couple of hours this morning, so let's have a look what the meter says. Well, it's saying 2.71, but I'll disconnect the red and we'll see how quickly it drops down. So we're down to the 2 volts. The main thing is to be above the 0.4 of last night, which it is. This is holding a lot better. It's slowing right down. Yeah, I'll come back in about half an hour and see what this charge settles down to. I just switched it over to the 2 volt scale, but yes, you can see that even at this stage something is happening with those plates and they are forming somewhat even now. So yeah, I'll come back in half an hour. 30 minutes later, we're at 1.135. Oh, I'm quite pleased with that. And here's another example run of an hour, 2.71 showing, disconnect. And yeah, it's keeping above the 2 volts for a little while now. I'll come back again in half an hour, see where it ends up. And 30 minutes later, 1.609 and staying steady. So yeah, that's an improvement. Right, we're a couple of hours later, and there's 2 things I want to do. One is, well, I'll need to top up that water there because of evaporation. I will be putting this cap on the top, so that should help with that. And also I want to start using the power that's going in because it does seem like it's doing a good job of forming the plates. And so what I've got here is just a garden light circuit, and I've put a resistor, a 5k resistor on the LED. It's a red LED. And yes, there we go. As I say, it's got a 5k resistor on it. But just to limit things a little bit, I don't know how long it would run that LED for. I might just take the resistor off, I don't know. But evidently, these worm weights, yeah, are working. These lead weights are actually doing something, and that circuit is running.
Here's some testing data where each cycle is at 3 volts, 30 milliamps for half an hour, and that's by using a 100 ohm resistor. I've been doing some extra tests which include a 220 ohm resistor for 1 minute, and that's the state of the charge after that time period. And you can see that by cycle 15 it's keeping up to 1.9 volts after that 1 minute, so I'm really quite pleased with that.
And here is the cell on another testing run. It'll sit in these 1.8 volts kind of area just for ages, about 20-30 minutes, somewhere like that. You can see that LED is on with the 1k resistor, and yeah, this is the testing setup. And well, let's have a look at the plates themselves. As you can see, hopefully there, that is now going rather nicely brown. That is the positive plate, and over here you can see that the negative is somewhat grayer. So that's something that's worked out pretty well. You can see I've actually got far too much alum in there. Yes, it's settled down at the bottom. But you know, just something to remember that I didn't need all that alum. So there's some way to go with that. The internal resistance will be quite high on this cell, but it is, you know, it's charging. Like I say, it's running this. It'll run this for hours, this LED now. The problem really has been the surface area. Because this is, you know, normally it's a porous surface that's inside normal 12 volt lead acid batteries, this kind of thing. This is just regular clumps of lead that they've just smashed down into flattened pieces. So yeah, not the best, not the most ideal, but there's been more surface area added by having done that on a brick, you know, something that's rough. So there we are, this is the thing running, and yeah, not to forget that it came from the surprising sight of lead weights in the fishing section of Walmart. So, yeah, it's possible. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next video.